This is secret stuff. Hey, secret stuff. Did you do your homework? This is for everybody else too. I saw that last night, and everybody was trying to get you to actually do your homework. But I'm going to show you some things. When I said groups, I meant groups. Oh, we can go right there, and it goes right there. We're going to go on down to 70s, 80s, 90s, the year 2000, 2010. Now here comes the groups. You need to take a good look at these groups. Take a good look at them groups, y'all. See them groups? I'm giving you time to look at each one. See, there's a whole bunch. There's 1, 2, 3. We'll go on up. 4, 5, 6, 7. Think about that secret stuff. That's a lot of groups right there. We're at number 7 now. We're still at number 7. 8, 9, 10, 11. And then you got to get the ones who's actually going out, you know, prepping for weddings. Now you see, there's a lot of groups. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 groups that's on YouTube. Actually 13. You forget the prepping for weddings. Women like to get married. They like to have their party prepped way ahead of time. That's also a group. Now you need to think about that. You talked all that stuff about these people. And I'm still trying to figure out why did you do what you did. Because it didn't make no sense, man. Really, it didn't. You see where it says? Do you see where it says? Survivalism is a social movement of individual or groups called survivalists or preppers who proactively prepare for emergencies, including natural disasters, as well as disruption of society, politics, economic order. Preparation may apply to short-term scenarios or a long-term on the scale range. Personal advance to local disruptions of services to the international and global catastrophe. Survivalism, aka prepping, may be limited to preparing for a personal emergency such as job loss or standard of required emergency medical, self-defense training, stockpiling food, water, preparing to become self-sufficient, and build structures such as survival retreats, or let's go on back again. It's also saying underground shelters. Ain't that what you in, a bunker? May help them survive a catastrophic event. Now, you explain to me how you can look at these people and get on YouTube and make a video and call people fat. When you're fat, you need to go and do some exercise. You want to lose some of that body weight? won't you go get you some turmeric root and ginger and start walking 3.5 miles a day? Because that's one way you lose that body fat of yours, and any other person wants to do it too. That's up to them, not up to you to judge. You act like you was a Christian, like, so that means you ever see what the Bible says? Judge, or someone will judge you in the name of the Lord. For when judgment comes, God will judge you. Didn't you ever heard of that before? And in karma, it's the same way. And in Buddhism, it's the same way. Hindu, Islam, tribal religions. So you better figure it out. Why in the world did you get mad at them people? See, that's what got me, is that I'm making sure you know what it is. So I'm going to see if I can get it to go up just a little bit so you can zoom in just a little. And you see where it says what it is. Now, to anybody else, I think y'all should think about what y'all looking at. Now, if I was anybody with common sense and got a brain, you know, I'm looking at what they're looking at too. You see where it says scenario and outlooks, safety promotion or rotate. Well, that means they got to be doing something. I agree with that. I'm in that group right there. Wilderness, survival, empathy, I'm agreed on it. Self-defense driven, I'm in on it. Natural disaster briefing, I'm agreed on it. Natural prolonged, which is actually man-made shit, I agree with it. Biochemistry, I kind of understand it. Monetary disaster, investors, I can agree with that, but I'm not in that shit. See, I'm not in this. I do go to this every once in a while. That's it. You see, I also look at that. You see what I'm saying? I'm also looking at this right here. See, I'm in a lot of that stuff, man. You gotta think. Them are groups there. Now, if them are all groups and a category the way they supposed to be, I would agree with the people. You see what I'm saying? I don't understand why you sat there and could not go there and look this shit up. And I like to see people try to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Kind of fit in. See, these are groups that I kind of fit in with, and then there's some I'm not in. But I'm not judging people. The other thing I get a kick out of it, out of all these groups right here I keep going up and down with, is what happens after. Most people will agree with me. After all this shit happens, or whatever happens, what are you going to do? What you got to give back? What you showed me on your video was that you didn't know what you was going to give back to the people. And I don't have PayPal. I don't have an email on my YouTube channel. And I don't bother nobody that much. I just give them advice, and that's all I do. You know, and people who likes to go camping and those natural disasters, these three groups right here, I'm all in on this shit, up and down. That's why I was willing to give you a challenge in survival. See if you can really fit in, since you was telling everybody they was fat. And frankly, me and Josh kind of agrees with a lot of shit. I looked at all your videos, and I even put my computer, who has a program, to tell me, what the hell are you worried about? Meaning, we seen that you got some good information in there. That's what my computer also has on that program. It showed that you do have a lot of good content. But we have not figured out why was you getting all bent out of shape. You know what I'm saying, big guy? And I'm all into this right here, man. Because if you have tornadoes or something like that, or a massive EMP, I'm all in on knowing about this shit right here. So, frankly, I hadn't figured out how do you go from natural disaster, wilderness, and telling people that they do not have the right to be called a prepper, and you have the right because you are in a $100,000 bunker, which would classify you, actually, I'm going to put you right where you're at. Where you having a bunker, you're in this area. You see what I'm saying? This is the area you're at. I'll make sure you see it, big guy. I want you to see it. This is where you're at. You're in this and this. These are the two areas you're at. Secret stuff. That's all you're supposed to be at. Is what you showed me last night on your videos. And if you don't like somebody, don't watch them. You don't have to give money. Other thing I don't understand, you didn't want to stand up and say, well, I made that video for a certain reason. And nobody would give a shit. They wasn't going to chew you up and spit you out and look down on you. They just looked down on how you did your video. That's why everybody picked on Josh about it, and I did too. We don't care. You're a human, and that's how we're going to look at you, as a human. We stay in mainly 90% of the guys I hang out with stay in between this'n, and then we go up here, and I said up here, and then we go up to here. So you see, if we're all doing this, do you see anywhere you have a reason to complain or get mad and make a video that looks stupid? Now, everybody, y'all saw what I'm showing you. Every one of them are where preppers are at, and that's where you should figure out where you're at. You know, if you're, a homesteading person, you're going to prep inside, you can do it. If you want to be a homesteader, you can do it. I don't really give a shit. If you just want to go camping, hey, that's a good thing, too. If you want to look about natural disasters, we can look at that. I haven't seen nothing else. Now, you see what I've been looking at. I want him to know secret stuff. And I said secret stuff. Needs to take a good look at what it says up here. What does it say right there? That's all you got to know. This is all you need to know. This is what you was talking about. It's called survivalism. Is a social movement of individual or groups called survivalists and preppers. Remember that next time. Survivalist is a social movement of individuals or groups called survivalists or preppers. Remember that one more time. Survivalist is a social movement of individual or groups called survivalists or preppers. And 99% of them are going to go for natural disasters and basically other stuff. And secret stuff, we know that you are one of them guys who are afraid of bioweaponry and all that. That's why you got a bunker. This is where you at, secret society. Secret stuff. This is you. This is where you at. Read it real closely. I'm giving you a chance to read where you are at. You're right here. This is you versus all of us. You don't see none of us doing that. You're the only one who's doing it. You got the bunker. We don't. You got the bunker. We don't. Take a good look at what it is. You could have looked it up. We're up there around this area right here. All three groups. Matter of fact, do it that way. There you go. You see, this is where we're at. These are the ones I hang out with. These are the ones I watch. I don't give a shit what you worry about. Now you know every one of the groups. Look at the groups now. You got this in here. You got this in here. You got a group of preppers on this. You got a group of preppers on that. You got a group of preppers on that. I only know secret stuff is that. We got a group of preppers on this, a group of preppers on this, a group of preppers on this. We got a group of preppers on that. We got a group of preppers on that. We got a group of preppers on this. Remember, next time you start putting out tapes, anyone, that's what it is. Read it. Survivalism is a social movement of individual or groups called survivalists or preppers. Then you got to remember, preppers and survivalists who are proactive, preparing for emergencies, including natural disasters, as well as disruption of society and political and economics. Preparing for short-term or long-term. If you want to do long-term, do exercises. I'm out. Cherokee Survivalist. Thank you. Bye-bye.